Thad Bingle, former chief of staff for the Border Patrol, joins us now, principal for the Command Consulting Group. So, Thad, when we're talking about money, it's all of our money. It's taxpayer money that's going to be used in one way or the other. And you say there's a very unpopular proposal that you think that those in power should think more about proper use of our funds, and that's foreign aid. We haven't talked a lot about that. Why do you think it's important?
Well, Jenna, the impact of a U.S. dollar and assistance in these Central American countries where these migrants are coming from can be a far better value for taxpayers than a dollar spent to feed and clothe and house and deport and transport these same people when they arrive here at our border. If you look at under the last years of the Bush administration, the first part of the Obama administration, with Plan Colombia and the Merida Initiative, a lot of money from the U.S. was flowing to this region, and it was making an impact in the security and economic conditions in these countries, so we didn't have the same demand sending people here.
See, those initiatives were focused on Mexico? And also
Mexico and Colombia.
And Colombia as well. So what would it look like? If you're saying we get more bang for our buck if we invested inside a country like Honduras, what would it look like? What would our investment look like there?
Yeah, a number of things that could be targeted at providing assistance for law enforcement there in these countries to improve the security conditions as well as the economic conditions. And it doesn't have to be all taxpayer dollars. I urge anyone who cares about this crisis to look at some of the groups that are doing some very good work in the region to give hope to people and to provide some humanitarian assistance, make their lives better there so that they aren't tempted to make a very dangerous trek north through Mexico to our border.
There are those that say, and I know you've heard them, the loud voices that say they're going to come anyways. Even if things moderately improve in their own country, they're going to come across the border because of what America provides, and provides at times for free through social welfare. So the incentive is still there, some say. What do you say to that?
There will always be an incentive for people from all over the world to come to America because of the opportunity that's offered here. However, you look at waves of immigration, and usually they're driven by a lack of hope in the countries where people are coming from and a lack of basic conditions to meet their needs, as well as the prospect that they may get some relief by getting here. We're already dealing with sort of the back end of that problem with the steps that are being taken now to show people that they are actually going to be returned if they arrive here and don't go through a normal process. More of that needs to be done, and that costs money too. But fundamentally, waves of immigration are also driven by people believing that conditions on the ground have become untenable in their home countries. We've seen that from everywhere from Cuba to Haiti to Vietnam.
So do you think the policy has anything to do with it, though? The question about, or the unanswered question that if they do come here, they'll be able to stay?
That certainly has been a main driver, and that your segment earlier with Mr. Roberts was talking about how finally word may be getting out that when you arrive here, you're not going to get to stay. The president has even had to go on record saying that. So that is a part of the problem, because if people suddenly believe that now if I just show up, they don't have room to detain me, they're going to set me free, I can skip my immigration hearing, and I can stay in the United States, that part has to stop first. Then we need to work on improving conditions so they never leave in the first place. That's the best way for enforcement to work.
Something important for our viewers to consider today as we're taking a look at all angles on this. That I didn't get to some questions about the Border Patrol that I'd love to ask you next time around. So thanks for the time today. Look forward to having you back.
Great, Jenna. Thank you.